Par contre, j'ai ouvert la fenêtre. J'en pouvais plus de chaud. La température est en train de rebaisser. J'étais à 29,01 au niveau degré et là je suis à 28,5. Donc l'air frais du dehors fait son taf. En ce moment en plus il fait pas très chaud. Il fait chaud mais moins chaud que d'habitude. C'est-à-dire on est en dessous des 30. On est plus au-dessus. Merde, faut cliquer. Donc on va donc continuer. On est au chapitre, je sais plus lequel. 16, j'ai dit, je viens de le dire tout à l'heure. Chapitre 16. Poutre de bois. Les outils, on les récupère quand même. Marteau et un ciseau. En train de s'effondrer.
One day, people will fly like birds, sailing on the wind. Rashid told me.
Ça on l'a fait, la voûte.
The vaulting is cracked. If I make it worse, then we'll at least know what the problem is.
Voilà.
All right. One more time.
Encore une fois. Ok, du premier coup les deux, ça c'est pas mal.
If the vaulting were unstable, this part would have collapsed and the wall would retract. The cause of the problem is not up here. Tom. What would you have done now?
Si c'est pas l'eau, c'est la base.
17 years ago, there was also a crack. Yes. No matter what we did, it always came back. But this is not the same wall. We rebuilt it. But the cause could have been the same in both cases.
Peut-être la crypte, elle est peut-être trop vieille, le cloître, la crypte.
The crypt. Huh. Yes, Tom. You kept the whole foundation there.
Ouais, ah bah oui, c'est des fondations la crypte, parce qu'elle est en dessous.
This much weight before.
Et donc ouais, voilà.
That's it. The problem must be down there.
J'en ai bien déduit.
They were enraged. Bishop Henry thinks that the Pope should hear about what you wrote.
I think so too. I would be honored if he read my book.
Philip, I really am worried about you.
There is no need for you to worry.
Ah c'est vrai qu'ils sont vieux là, ça se passe quelques années pas après.
A book.
The problem is that the people love your sermons and what you wrote, even though most of them can't read. Your book is being copied in priories all over England.
Is that not a good thing if our message gives people hope?
In desperate times, hope can be a powerful force.
That is very true.
Well, I fear the bishops. They might come to believe you took that power from them.
Do you?
C'est peut-être un fondateur de l'anglicanisme, qui est donc le christianisme anglais. Hein. Donc voilà, si vous savez pas ce que c'est, l'anglicanisme, voilà, c'est on va dire le christianisme de l'Angleterre, quoi, qui a été choisi pour représenter. Donc ils ont leur propre dogme, leur propre truc. La figure que vu que Dieu a créé l'homme à son image, pourtant tous une étincelle et bien aussi nous avons parfois l'impression que Dieu nous a abandonnés, est plus proche de nous que n'importe qui, car notre âme est de nature, ce qui signifie que l'homme ne soit pas tant le salut de l'extérieur, et nous pouvons tous changer le monde, donc nous pouvons planter une graine et Dieu la fera ensuite pousser. Je porte de filet avait entendu dans toute l'Angleterre, même ailleurs en Europe, mais l'Église est très critique vis-à-vis de ce texte dans son premier livre. Il a fait que critiquer les faux miracles. Maintenant, il semblerait affirmer que tous les hommes étaient égaux face à Dieu et que le membre du clergé n'était pas plus proche de Dieu que tous les autres hommes. Ok. Peut-être.
Have you been atop the cathedral during the storm?
Oui.
Don't worry, Philip. The storm isn't as bad up there.
You shouldn't be up there risking your life. You should be with your children. Sally and Tommy have been asking for their parents all morning.
Allez, il a eu un autre. Il y a eu d'autres enfants à pas avoir paumé alors de protéger quelqu'un. Richard et Jack ont passé beaucoup de temps à fortifier la ville depuis William n'a pas osé attaquer à nouveau la ville. Aliena, qui a continué son commerce de laine, travaille désormais principalement à la Star Richarding. La plupart des toisons qu'elle vend sont produites à quelqu'un, où Jack a construit 2 moulins au foulée. Et là, sont désormais deux enfants. Tommy a déjà 12 ans et sa petite sœur en a 9. Martha s'occupe des 2 pendant que Jack et Aliena travaillent. On affirme que Martha et Richard auraient une relation. Si c'est vrai, ils ont bien gardé leur secret.
The storm is tearing our east wall apart. If the storm works, I work. Jonathan, did you and the others come directly from Winchester?
Yes, we did.
What about Aliena?
She stayed a day longer for the fleece fair. She should be on her way back now.
In this
D'accord.
storm?
We didn't expect it to get worse.
No one did.
I am sure she'll be alright.
I need to go. I think I know why the east wall is unstable.
Je vais me renseigner s'il y a eu une tempête à l'époque.
I'm not sure, but I think the answer lies down in the crypt. I should hurry before it's too late.
Après on dirait une tempête de sable. Problème dans la crypte, c'est par où déjà la crypte? Il faut aller dans la cathédrale et dans les... Crypte. On y va. Ouais. Ah ouais, ça se fissure là. On a vu que ça se fissurait là.
That definitely wasn't here before.
On l'a vu.
The cause of the instability must be down here.
Bah faut un coup de marteau. On va tout péter mais...
Here we go.
Et donc encore du premier coup. Carrément, il manque des trucs là. Va falloir consolider. C'est là qu'il va trouver un passage où il y avait des...
Dear God.
These stones, they've been removed before. Whoever put them back just added some mortar on top of the stones to hide the fact that they were removed.
Ah d'accord, il y avait rien donc.
Completely loose.
What does that mean?
I think it was an entrance.
Puis avant il y avait rien.
To where? That's what we'll find out.
Il y a un passage secret.
Careful now. You've got the whole east wall on top of you.
Jack?
I'm all right. Just hit my head.
Donc...
There's a whole room here. A chamber. I'll get a torch.
Philip, I'll get it. You stay here.
Est-ce qu'on voit des trucs? Une brosse?
It's made of leather. It's a whip. What is that?
Une sorte de torture.
Is that a coffin? Oh, there's sand everywhere. Huh? It's a bed.
What?
There's a bed in here.
What? Jonathan, we need that torch.
Sable.
Who slept here? What's a whip doing here?
Ça sent bois.
That's not wood.
Ah,
It's metal. Gold, even.
oula.
I have the torch.
Eh mais c'est
Come in here.
pas une tasse, c'est peut-être le calice, c'est peut-être là où dormait l'autre. Dormait où il était emprisonné.
Did you know about this place?
No. No, I did not. I've seen this chalice before, when I was very young. It's the chalice of the Eucharist from Kingsbridge Cathedral.
Voilà, soi-disant volé.
Cuthbert told me about it. They said it was stolen.
And melted down. I know. Mother told me. They also said it was my father who did it.
Did they?
So he's innocent then?
He must be.
And whoever hid the chalice is responsible for his death.
C'est le prieur
Shiring.
James.
For stealing this chalice. But it was here all along.
That scourge, the whip. It belonged to Prior James.
Ah donc c'est lui, voilà, c'est bien ça.
I was afraid of it when I first visited Kingsbridge with Francis and Abbot Peter. Even the look of it scared me.
James. Maybe it was him. I think I saw him during the night of the fire in the cathedral. When the old cathedral burned down, there was a man in the fire. His shoulders were bloody, as if he had chastised himself.
It is you! By God and the devil!
He told me that he had sinned, that he had done something to me. Perhaps because I looked like my father.
So he confessed for framing your father while he hid the cup here?
But it couldn't have been James you saw. James died weeks before the fire.
Did he? You said they never found his body.
Il aurait pu se cacher là.
Maybe he hid down here. Maybe that's why the bed's here.
Wait. Jack, you were in the burning cathedral. What were you doing there?
Est-ce qu'on lui dit rien? On va le dire. Comme ça on reste...
I told Philip what I'd done. He just looked at me. He didn't say anything.
Fléau du prieur James. Donc en fait il se flagellait avec ça. Quand il était enfant, Philippe avait peur de fléau du prieur James. Il a vu pour la première fois quand lui et l'abbé Peter, l'homme qui a élevé Francis et Philippe, après la mort de leurs parents, sont venus avec une prière. Il avait des idées que Philippe, désormais un jeune homme, devait avoir la possibilité d'agir sa propre cellule de prieuré, Saint-John dans la forêt. Philippe rendait visite à la maison du père de Yann et se souvenait. Il avait vu le fléau, l'abbé Peter n'appréciait pas l'idée que Doer pouvait mener au salut, alors que le prieur James pensait que le châtiment était le seul moyen de nettoyer l'homme de la chair. Quand Jacques a dit, Philippe qui pensait que le prieur James, le jour où la cathédrale envolée, Philippe s'est souvenu que quelques semaines avant, le cœur n'osait pas chanter parce qu'il pensait entendre quelqu'un dans la crypte. Peut-être entendait-il vraiment James caché dans la pièce secrète de la crypte, et pourquoi? Dans ce temps à Earl Castle, pardon.
Wait
you think it is wise to resign yourself to gluttony at times like these, while your people starve on the streets of Shiring?
Don't play the saint. You promise them miracles, and you make them pay. But your miracles never work out, do they?
God works in ways that we cannot comprehend.
My mother cannot walk. You failed. Again. What do you want?
I came about a book.
The Bible again.
No. Philip of Gwynedd wrote it. And the church is displeased. Bishop Henry was enraged. This is our chance, William.
Your chance, you mean? If you need forces, talk to Walter or Ugly. I don't care. I built your fucking cathedral. I'm done.
It's not just about Philip. It's about Aliena and her family.
Don't mention that name.
But have you not heard? King Stephen and Maud's son just signed a peace treaty.
I don't care.
You should care.
I said I don't. Now leave and don't come back unless I ask for you. Where's my wife?
They've not returned yet, Lord William.
Then get me a whore! Now!
Il est fou, lui. Et en fait, il a pas compris parce que l'autre, il est en train de se dire, l'autre, elle va essayer de reprendre le truc, quoi. En fait, il n'y a plus de guerre, là. Après plus de 15 années de guerre civile opposant Stephen et Maud, l'Angleterre était plus liée. Confrontation finale à Wellingford, le fils de l'impératrice Maud Henri II. Et Stephen ont conclu une trêve. Le traité fut par la suite signé à Winchester et Westminster. Selon les termes du traité, Stephen restera roi jusqu'à sa mort et Henri II alors sa succession. Le traité indique également que toutes les décisions prises pendant le règne de Stephen concernant les terres sont immédiatement annulées et reviennent en l'état où elles étaient à l'époque du roi Henri I. Ce signifie que le comté de Charing appartient à nouveau aux hérédité de Bartholomew, non plus au Hamlet, mais qui oserait aller s'opposer à William Hamlet. Donc voilà, donc en fait eux ils ont récupéré leur truc, mais l'autre il veut pas, il va pas pouvoir. Et Valéran il est tout au courant. L'autre il veut rien savoir. Donc les autres peuvent récupérer. Oh, c'est dans la tempête ça? Ça s'ouvre bien, mais c'est pas plus une tempête là. Ouais, ça c'est le moulin. Bon, c'est un autre truc. Même plus une tempête là, c'est... Ouais. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
I am sorry for intruding, but I must ask you for shelter. I was on my way from the Fleece Fair in Winchester to Kingsbridge and got caught in the storm.
Nasty, isn't it?
Yes. And it's getting worse and worse. Thank you for your hospitality.
Someone help me! Please! I need help!
On va aller voir. J'avais pas entendu que c'était dehors, je crois que c'était à l'intérieur. Où c'est?
Hello? Oh, oh dear, are you hurt?
My horse. It fell. I can't move.
Take my hand. We'll get you inside. We'll only be here until it's safe to leave. We won't bother you.
Ok, on a aidé la fille. On était à cheval.
Aliena, what's your name?
Elizabeth.
Breathe, Elizabeth. You're safe now.
Mm-hmm. Should have let her die.
Lui parler, quand même. Bon, on va trouver quelque chose pour la réchauffer.
We would all be better off without someone like her.
On va parler aux gens.
I hope the storm spares your homes and fields.
If only we had that much left.
We still have our lives.
And our dignity.
You still have yours.
You should get out of this place as soon as you can.
Be assured, I will leave as soon as the storm ceases.
Ils ont de la viande.
She's avoiding eye contact.
I don't like this.
Hold your horses. We'll see what happens.
Here, for your hospitality.
There's a storm outside. You can stay.
That's very kind of you. They may take it as
Truc à récupérer le feu là.
I should keep my dagger.
La dague. Ah, une couverture, voilà. Et le sang de cheval. On peut la mettre sur le feu, on la fait cramer.
What are you gonna do with that?
I'm just going to borrow it.
Let's try to get along until the storm passes.
What's she doing now?
I'm not going to burn.
I don't know.
Voilà.
Thank you.
Hey, that's our blanket.
Can't you see she's freezing?
It's all right. It's just a blanket.
On lui trouvera quelque chose à manger, après on lui parlera. Il y a de la viande là-bas derrière.
Maybe we should be kind.
I'm only keeping it for a moment.
No, they don't deserve our kindness.
We don't have much, but always enough for a lost soul.
She doesn't deserve anything.
Take a bowl and go ahead.
La vieille dame elle est plus gentille quoi.
I can't carry it in my bare hands.
Ah, est-ce qu'il y a des bols là? Marmite. La viande. Mais... un bol, ah bah il est là le bol. On le voit à peine. Un petit bol. Tu restes quand même devant la marmite. Hein. De la souplette.
Shush, let her eat.
Thank you.
donner. Demoiselle, appel au secours. Oh bah j'ai un succès justement pour l'aider.
You must be hungry.
Thank you. That's nice of you.
Why are you giving her soup? Dirt. That's what she deserves for dinner.
What?
Do you want her to starve?
Please, don't start a fight.
Oh, you're
Pas
so
cool.
kind. Many people would have let me die. People don't listen to me. My entourage didn't even notice they lost me.
Who?
My husband and his entourage.
A fine husband you have. I divorced my last one for less than that.
Divorced? Oh, he's just been beside himself ever since his mother.
Maybe now you'll understand what loss feels like. And what you people are doing to us.
Ça doit être
Worrying her. Can't you see she's upset?
la femme de l'autre là, l'autre fou.
How do they know you? This isn't right.
Oh, I'm used to it. I guess that's how it is when your husband holds an office like that. He has to do a lot of things people don't like. And sometimes they recognize me, too.
Wait. Is your husband the Earl of Shiring?
I thought you knew.
William Hamley.
Oh, please don't abandon me, too. I swear, I'm not... I can't...
Où est-il maintenant?
I used to know him when I was a girl.
Really?
What's he like now?
I loathe him with all my heart. I had accepted the arrangement with goodwill, but he had other plans. How do you know him?
On va être franche.
He wanted to marry me when I was your age. Apparently he likes young girls, no matter how old he gets.
You too were supposed to marry him. How come you didn't?
He was a beast. So I refused.
You refused him?
It caused a lot of misery.
Oh, you're so courageous. I wish I was like you. I can't even stand up to the servants.
Don't act like you didn't have a hand in the downfall of this land. For years he roamed across the country to raid, rape and kill.
I'm sorry.
He's no Earl. After all he's taken from us, we should take something from him too.
She has nothing to do with this.
Calme-toi le mec au fond.
Dare touch her. Can't you see she's another one of his victims?
Voilà.
I'll give over. She's in on it too.
Can you even imagine how it must be to be a child married to Hamley? The abuse and the humiliation every single day. I'm so sorry.
I'm crying because you know too.
Enough to know your pain.
I just don't know what to do anymore.
Tom, where the hell am I supposed to tether this horse?
It's Walter. He's looking for me.
Come with me to Kingsbridge. People will take care of you there.
That should do it.
Walter.
You? I've not seen you in a long time. William would be very pleased if I brought him your head.
No! Don't harm her! If it wasn't for her, I'd be dead. She saved me from the storm.
Did she now? Come on, we have to get back to the castle. We've lost too much time already.
Elizabeth stays with me.
No, she doesn't.
Thank you for saving me and protecting me from these people.
Come on now, we need to get going. William is waiting.
Femme de William. Est-ce mon refus qui a dégoûté William du mariage pendant des années suivantes? Est-ce qu'à cause de moi qui s'est marié aussi tard après avoir rencontré des amis, j'ai découvert qu'elle était la fille d'Harold de Ben, chevalier soutenant Stephen et Elizabeth n'avaient que 14 ans au moment du mariage, à l'époque. Et voilà, les amis dans le cathédrale de Charing et toutes les personnes d'importance ont été conviés à un large festin. Elizabeth, une jeune fille douce qui a dû sentir honnête choisie pour la femme du comte. Imaginez comment William doit la traiter, raison de plus pour mettre fin à toute cette histoire. Ah déjà? Ah c'est le 17, chapitre 17 déjà? Ah oui, on avait fini le chapitre 16 rapide, oui, non c'est le 17, je me suis trompé. Trouver une chambre secrète sous la cathédrale, quand vous savez avoir une fois l'ancienne cathédrale, on lui dit, de filer être écrit par l'église, la guerre entre l'impératrice Maud et le roi Stéphane a pris fin, vous avez trouvé Elisabeth après être rentré dans la hutte. On peut le faire avant ou après. Vous donnez la soupe, vous l'avez dit à la se réchauffer une couverture, vous êtes resté silencieuse. C'est un C, je crois, silencieux. Quand Walter est rentré dans la hutte. Ah, elle est silencieuse. On passe au chapitre 18. Là, on revient dans le...
Francis, the letters I have written to you over the years surely could be bound in a book. One of our young novices once asked me why I write to you when you are dead. The young can be blunt, but the thing is, I think you are still alive. One day, I hope, I will find you, and then you will read these
Un livre, lire.
And when you do,
Des petites coquilles dans les...
know that I was busy writing a book. Because of my book, I may have to talk to Bishop Henry. But that is not the only thing that keeps me awake tonight.
Écrire au sujet d'accueil, au sujet du livre, écrire au sujet de Cleanbridge. On va parler de la crypte. Savoir que le prieur James n'est pas mort.
In our crypt, Jack discovered a hidden room. We do not know who built it. But it is likely that Prior James hid there, even after he was said to have drowned.
D'accord, d'accord. Il a fait croire sa noyade.
When we met in Kingsbridge on New Year's Day, the day of his burial. And Jack told me he saw a man in the church the night it burned down. Was that him? And if so, did he burn in the fire that night?
Au sujet de Kingsbridge.
The dust storm and the drought are taking their toll on all of us. Thanks to our town wall, we are safe from the Earl and the outlaws. We've heard of places nearby being raided. We believe the attackers were William Hamley's men. We have enough food to last us another few weeks. But life has come to a halt. Martha believes there will be rain soon. That the storm is only a harbinger of rain. I hope that she is right.
Au sujet du livre.
Jonathan worries about my book. the divine soul. In Winchester, he heard that Bishop Henry was less than pleased by what I had written. I am not naive enough to pretend I do not know why. I wrote that hope is godly, and since God made each of us, hope and salvation are only to be found within ourselves. Henry sells hope, and I am giving it away for free. If the church should ask me to clarify my position, of course I shall do so. But I feel I must give our people what they need in these desperate times. And how could I write anything else if this is what I truly believe?
Et on termine la lettre. Donc en fait, il demande qu'on fasse une introspection de soi-même quand... Pas mal on dit dans les âges qu'on n'a pas trop retenu. Ça faisait pas vendre. Voilà.
With you, I can be honest about what truly troubles me. Jack told me that he was responsible for the fire in Kingsbridge. I know that it was a long time ago. He told me he set fire to the roof so there would be work for his father, Tom.
Ton père ou son père, Tom? Il y a des fautes de toi.
Save yourselves. The saint. We must save the saint. Fire! The whole roof is in flames.
My God!
Don't go in there. But Alphonse, the saint. We must save him. No, no, don't go.
And as horrible as it may sound, I cannot find it in my heart just now to forgive Jack. Maybe because this confession comes too late, and from a man who I have learned to trust. This is the truth. I should get some air, Francis. The storm has settled down.
C'est calmé. On va quitter la maison. Ah ouais.
If James died in that fire, then what happened to his remains? He was never properly buried, and that is Jack's fault.
Voilà, tu voulais juste aider.
But I would have been more than content with the old one, had it not been burned to the ground.
Alors, c'est bon, là on peut rentrer et puis on va retourner vers l'arrière.
Hello? I thought I saw someone.
Il y a quelqu'un, il y a des gens aussi.
That came from the kitchen.
Ah. La cousine. On va aller voir.
Oh, it's you.
You startled me.
I thought I heard something. Was that you?
No, but I heard it too. Maybe Aliena came back.
No. No, she's asleep. She returned a few hours ago. Damn it.
Jack.
Sorry. There's someone in the kitchen.
Yes, I think you're right.
Stay behind me. I'll go ahead.
Ah, les pillards.
someone in here. Outlaws. They are probably just after food. I will talk to them. All right.
Je vais leur parler.
Please, listen. We don't mean you harm.
Philip, be careful! Damn it! Philip, throw me a stone!
Awesome.
It's him. Brother Marcus.
C'est le frère Marcus.
Brother Marcus?
He took Cuthbert's keys to steal food here from the kitchen.
Ah, il est reconnu.
Remigius found out. And he left. We never saw him again.
Looks
Ah,
like
il a été envoyé.
you didn't mean for this to happen.
No, but...
What about him? Don't be afraid.
Ah! Why did you do that, you animal? I will get the others.
No!
What?
He's just a child.
Just a child. Jack forgave the child. Just like that.
Pardonné direct.
I forgave him. For that was what he had been when he arrived in Kingsbridge. Just a child. Who was I to judge this man for not confessing earlier what he had done? I had never told his wife, Aliena, that I was responsible for her fate, and for her father's. Even that night, when we all met, I did not dare to tell her.
Okay.
The walls of Kingsbridge weren't enough anymore. The outlaws had found a way in. We weren't safe in our homes.
So this is what it has come to. Kingsbridge is under attack.
Why didn't Uncle Richard chase them away? Why?
Now, do not exaggerate. This is not a siege.
We only saw two of them, and one of them was a child.
But they almost killed you.
William accuser le roi. On va calmer la situation.
They were just looking for food. They didn't mean any harm.
It's the drought. It destroyed all the crops. They must eat something.
Desperate or not, they're only the vanguard of a full-scale invasion.
If we had a decent earl, the people wouldn't be starving.
It is all too easy to blame a desperate child. Forgiveness is much harder.
It is.
But forgive we must.
Can you? Forgive, I mean.
I already have.
Hamley is the reason for this. He's to blame. It's that simple.
Well, he won't be Earl for long. The Treaty of Wallingford has been signed at last. It's only a matter of time until things change.
What treaty? Winchester is in turmoil about this right now. Stephen and Maud have signed the treaty. Maud's son, Duke Henry, is to be crowned the next king.
And, by agreement, all lands are to be returned to their previous owners.
But Stephen will continue to rule as long as he lives.
The earldom will be ours again.
It will not.
Why the bloody hell not?
Bloody hell.
Language? No one will enforce this until Stephen is dead.
What is to be done then?
Richard n'arrive plus au nouveau A. Bonjour la loi.
Well, if they're hungry, can't we just give them something to eat?
We should, and we will, but there are too many to feed them all.
We must do something.
Well, I cannot sit quietly and wait until Stephen dies of old age. The Treaty of Wallingford is in place. I won't wait for another 17 years. Not when I'm so close to fulfilling the promise I made to my father.
You're right, but it wasn't William Hamley who came here last night. It's the outlaws we need to worry about.
Well, what do we do about it?
Réservé contre William du front des rois. Kingsbridge.
They too are victims. We must show compassion. If we defend Kingsbridge, we must cause as little harm as possible, or better, help as many as possible.
Things will only get worse if we don't find a way to deal with Hamley.
What about his mother? I've heard that Hamley still listens to her, that she still has a say in Earl's Castle.
Yes, let's tell his mother.
If we spoke to Regan Hamley, we might not need a physical confrontation at all.
That'll never work. We have to assault them and take back our father's castle. Even if that means fighting alongside the outlaws.
I don't like either choice, to be honest.
Do I? So, what do you think,
Rien, j'irai parler avec ce rôle à loi. On va aller négocier avec la mère. Toute la...
I'll negotiate with Regan Hamley. I will go to Earl's Castle. Alone.
Are you serious, Ali?
Regan Hamley seems to be in a tight corner herself. She might well be willing to cooperate.
I do hope you're right.
I'll ride with you.
You won't, Cub. Not with that leg of yours.
Your mother is right. Besides, if we all turn up, they might think we mean them harm.
Ok, donc on va aller parler à l'autre, mais vu que ouais, elle est aussi dans une mauvaise passe. Ok, on finit le chapitre rapidement là. On réussit à entrer dans Kingsbridge. Votre ancien novice frère vaincu était l'un des hors-la-loi. C'est de prendre air Castle et de tenir votre promesse. Reprendre.
And so, after 17 years, I finally returned to the place I'd once called home.
Chapitre 19.
Because I had failed to gain support from the people of Shiring, my only hope now was a deal with William Hamley's mother, Regan. A woman whose possible support was only guaranteed by rumor.
Air Castle. Le cours de Van avait ordonné la construction de château à quelques kilomètres de Shari, une réalisation de son marchand afin d'accueillir le siège du pouvoir du comté. Cette zone désormais constitue un petit village des terres environ au nom de Earl Castle. Le château a principalement servi de lieu de résidence à la famille du comte et à son entourage. Les gens n'ont pas eu l'occasion d'être mis à l'épreuve après la capture brutale du château par Hélène, nommé successeur de Shari. Le bâtiment c'est une grande partie de ses habitants. C'est un nom qui aspire à la terreur depuis la fin de la construction de la verte de Shari. William il semble encore plus aigri. Certains affirment qu'il a perdu la foi et qu'il n'avait plus que pour satisfaire son appétit vorace, rapidement dépouillant les paysans affamés.
Get in line and stay in line. You'll all get your chance to pay your dues to Lord Hamley, here? So no
Oula.
pushing.
Are you all right?
What do you think? Of course I'm all right. I'm more all right than anyone else in this crowd. Just because Lord Hamley insists on women to deliver the tributes, don't mean you have to send your youngest and prettiest. Fools.
Calm yourself. I'll make sure that nothing will happen to you.
They took a woman in my town. She never came back.
Nothing will happen to you if you just remain calm.
Why does Lord Hamley need all that food? He's got more than enough.
Shut it, woman. Smear your face with dung and lower your head. It's the only way you get out of here alive. It's no coincidence that Hamley always asks for women to bring the tributes.
Oh, shut up. Patience, patience. Everyone will get a chance to pay their dues to Lord Hamley.
Are you all right?
What do you think? I'm more all right just because Lord Hamley...
I'm looking for Lady Regan.
Ha! Good luck. No one has seen that bitch since the death of her husband. If you ask me, she's nothing but an evil ghost haunting this godforsaken castle.
I'm just a shepherd's daughter. I have no business here.
Have you seen Lady Regan Hamley around?
Please, God, please, spare me. Let me get back to my family.
Hush. You'll be all right. She's ignoring me. Is Lady Regan home?
Ah, as if she could ever leave.
Ah, ça y est.
I want to go home.
Oi, you there. Yes, I meant you. That's a pretty face you got there. You're coming with me.
What? Leave her. Take me instead.
Well, whatever. You'll walk to the other side of the yard and talk to Walter. He'll get you settled. And don't you dare stray from the path.
Ok. On va aller de l'autre côté, on va traverser la cour. Ils ont même pas réparé les murailles.
Are you done yet?
Almost. Let me just see if I took enough.
Ah, Elisabeth.
What are you doing here? You need to leave. Don't come any closer. William has me watched.
What's taking so long?
I forgot the pork. I'll be out shortly. Wait a moment, then follow me. We don't have much time. Hugh will look for me any moment now. So why did you come?
Ni rien.
King Stephen has declared a truce with Empress Maud. William's tyranny is over. This land might finally see peace again. That's why I'm here, to talk to his mother.
And what will become of me?
On va lui dire.
My brother will become the next Earl, but I'll run things alongside him. At the same time, I don't want to give up my wool trade, so you could help me there.
I want to help you. I really do. But I don't know how.
Pas grave, ça va commencer.
So useless.
On va lui demander.
Can you take me to Lady Hamley?
I wouldn't know how. Hugh Axe is watching me. He would never let you through. Only Walter and I are allowed inside the keep. Why don't you ask him? Walter.
Walter? William's dog?
Don't call him that. He's not as bad as people say he is. William won't allow me to talk to him anymore. Now Lady Regan is all I have left.
Je peux dire ça.
Run to Kingsbridge. They'll help you.
I can't. William's men would see
Ah,
me if I
déjà
tried to
tenté.
leave. I tried already.
Vu qu'il le remettait, je me suis dit, je vais retenter.
Let me stay and help you.
Et parler à Walter.
Talk to Walter then.
Hurry up in there! Or do you want me to come in and pull you out?
I need to go.
En sortir. Donc Walter il est où? Dans le donjon.
Oi, sod off! You have no reason to be here.
I shouldn't get too close to him.
On peut passer par là apparemment. C'est Walter.
Elizabeth claims you aren't such a bad person after all.
Am I not? Have you forgotten that I killed your family's steward?
You got problems over there, Walter?
Tell your guard to stand down. Have a heart.
So you think I'm a nice bloke, and you give me orders on how to handle my men? Don't make me laugh. You!
What?
I promise, once my family is back in charge, things will get better for everyone. Or do you really not care for all the starving people?
I don't believe you. But it's not up to me to judge these things. I'll take you to Lady Hamley. She'll decide.
Ok, bon ça va. Oula ouais, il est un mal en point.
My lady?
Elizabeth, could you get me some water, dear?
Yes, my lady. But first I need you to wake up, my lady. There is someone who wants to see you. It's the Lady Aliena.
The Lady Aliena. When did that bitch become nobility again?
On va faire pas de petit pitié quand même. Ouais.
Didn't know you were so ill.
Oh, don't you dare.
I'm certain you've heard about the treaty the king made with Duke Henry at Wallingford Castle.
I have. I have also heard that it's a muddled mess.
It is a complicated deal indeed, but one that will end the war. And one that makes my family the rightful owners of this earldom once more.
Only by word. There's no one who would come to enforce this, not even the king.
Rappeler à son.
What your son is doing to the land. Soon there won't be an earldom left to rule for anyone.
That's a lie. My William is a better earl than your father ever was. To think that I once wanted to marry my good William into a family like yours.
Et aveuglé par
Goes by when I am not glad that God saved us from that horrible fate. And that he sent that monk to Bishop Waleran to unveil your father's evil plan.
What monk?
That prior of Kingsbridge.
Ah.
What?
Please, my lady. You need to hear her out.
Oh, my dear Elizabeth. Don't you see what she is trying to do to us?
If you don't listen, things will get worse for everyone. People are starving because of your son. They will rise up and come for you. They're already attacking Kingsbridge. It's only a matter of time till they come here.
My lady. The Lady Aliena came here to make things better.
She has only ever made things worse. She mocked my son for wanting to marry her.
She had every right to deny him.
What? How can you say that? He is your husband. He's good to you.
If it wasn't for Walter, I'm sure William would have killed me already.
What's going on here? What's that bitch doing here?
She's trying to bargain.
She's trying to take everything.
Is she? Is she now?
Leave it.
Shut up, old man. Cut that whore up, Walter!
No. You brought this on yourself.
You bloody traitor! Someone get up here! Men! You will pay. You will all pay for this.
Plaf. Plaf, plaf. Ah bah... C'était facile, hein, y a pas eu besoin de siège.
Is he dead?
He is. William Hamley is dead.
What now?
Now, we tell his men.
Oh, allez lui annoncer.
Drop your weapons immediately!
Behold the banner of the new Earl of Shiring!
Everyone, listen!
Oh, on a réussi.
The castle now belongs to the former Earl's family again.
What? You're shitting us!
It was the King's wish.
Who killed him?
On va leur dire, on s'en fout.
He died by my hand. My name is Lady Aliena of Shiring. I'm the daughter of Bartholomew, the former Earl of these lands. I've been tasked to end the tyranny of William Hamley and restore order to Shiring.
Our occupation of Shiring has been made unlawful. Every attack on us is sanctioned by the King of the English.
So what will happen to us then? I shall tell the king that William Hamley forced you to do his bidding. That
On va leur dire d'aider les habitants.
people of Shiring was his doing and his alone.
You will get your chance for redemption by helping the people of Shiring recover from your own cruelty, and by rebuilding their homes and tending to their fields.
Ali, I know that you're a much better leader than I. We would never have come this far. You never hesitated with swearing and fulfilling the oath to father. In the end, I will be the Earl in name only, but you shall be the true ruler of Shiring.
Don't say that. We'll do it together.
Let's discuss this later. I owe you a lot, Harry. The tyranny of William Hamley is over. The earldom of Shiring belongs to its rightful heir.
Ok, on a réussi à rétablir le truc. Le rang est sur le conseil de a décrété que Jarry, au même titre que les autres entiers, se rendit à ceux qui dirigent la mer d'Alençon. Terme fixé pour sa souveraineté contre ainsi aux descendants de l'ancien comte Bartholomew de Charry, ces derniers étant le roi de réclamer leur titre. Richard de Charry sera donc nommé comte de Charry au cours d'une cérémonie officielle.
Send a messenger to Kingsbridge to let Prior Philip know that Shiring is finally free.
What is it? Why are they laughing?
You can send a messenger if you want, but there won't be much of a prior left when he arrives.
Ali, what's going on?
Les entends pour ça, le bateau au chevalier de votre père, il n'a pas quitté Arsenal, c'est ça? Ah ouais. Côte à côte. Donc voilà, on a fini donc le chapitre 19. On est revenu à Air Castle et on a tout récupéré. Donc voilà. Construire Shiring et ils ont un peu rigolé pour l'autre. Donc c'est un peu bizarre. Il ne reste plus beaucoup de chapitres là.
The Pope believes we should either burn him or make him Bishop of Kingsbridge.
I have already taken matters into my own hands. My men arrested him while Kingsbridge was left unguarded.
While his friends took Earl's Castle.
Yes.
At least in his death, William Hamley was of use to you.
Donc ils sont... Ah, finale? Comment ça finale? Allez. La finale, il y a encore 2 chapitres. Il y a encore un chapitre.
They never change. You drooling dogs should be ashamed.
Shut up, you old hag.
Ellen?
I'm not feeling well.
I'll stay with you. Go ahead, we'll come after you. Quick, you can't be too late.
Is your mother ill?
It's not that. This is where they hanged my father.
The trial begins. The judges. Brother of Stephen, King of the English. The Right Reverend Bishop Henry of Winchester. Her Highness, the Countess Lady Aliena of Shiring.
Vu qu'elle sait qu'elle est
Presiding over the trial. The Right Reverend Bishop of Shiring and Kingsbridge. Waileron Bygod.
Please. The church is not without fault. We have gathered here today before the eyes of God to accuse one of our own. He wrote in his book that the church and the papacy are not necessary as intercessors between God and man. That God is in man, that all men are equal, and that each sinner is as close to our Lord as the Pope himself. Now, we ask God for his judgment. For his is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Not ours, and not yours. You stand accused of heresy. Philip of Gwynedd, how do you plead? Answer.
Coupable, pas coupable, bon, ouais.
Respond to Bishop Waleran.
I am guilty.
I am deeply saddened. It may come as a surprise to you, but we had hoped to make you Bishop of Kingsbridge. Why has it come to this, Philip?
In part, I am to blame. I supported Philip in his early years. I demand that Philip be removed from his position of prior immediately.
No.
And that he remain in captivity until such time that Shiring and all of England have healed from the poisonous words he has dispersed.
No!
What? Yes?
On va l'attaquer. C'est bon, lui là.
Accusing Philip because he has defied you.
I made him prior, and grateful he was not. But no, I accuse him because his teachings are false. And I intend to prove that Philip's decisions have been more than misguided in the past. Call in Remigius.
The Prior of Shiring.
Traître.
Father Remigius.
My bishop.
Tell the court, Remigius, what you have told me.
For many years, I served as sub-prior of Kingsbridge. First for Prior James, then for the accused. What was your first impression of him? I was offended by his bluntness and accusations during the chapter discussions. What else? Prior Philip did not hesitate to give refuge to the people fleeing Earl's Castle in the winter that our king died.
Is that not a good deed? A true Christian act?
You do not know him as well as you think you do, Lady Aliena. Today, that will change.
The future master builder of our cathedral and his woman were among those taking refuge. They were living in sin. They were unmarried and fornicating. Philip allowed them to stay. Why would he do that? I do not know, my bishop.
Maybe because he himself was involved in similar affairs. We will see.
Then, on the day of our first fleece fair, we were attacked. I heard. It was terrible. I tried to soothe the woman's pain by reading the scripture to her. The builder's woman I have spoken of tried to put a spell on her with poisonous herbs.
And Philip intervened.
Yes. He pushed me aside and gave the woman poison.
It is worse than I thought.
It was no poison.
And then there was the day the Virgin Mary's statue arrived in Kingsbridge. I did not believe it was a miracle.
Clearly, it is a miracle. I hear of many who were healed in Kingsbridge.
Well, I soon realized it was a true miracle, but Philip did not. He was only after the money people donated at the Virgin Shrine. That is why I left. He had to. Amen.
I believe there is one more thing you have not told us about. Something very important.
Yes. Philip has fathered a child.
Huh?
A son. And he raised him in the priory. He is guilty.
Ah bon? Ok.
Jonathan of Kingsbridge, step forward.
C'est un peu faux, mais bon.
This is preposterous.
Is it?
Is this true? Are you Philip's son? Answer the question, Jonathan of Kingsbridge.
On va juste dire.
Everyone has a father.
That may be, but if Philip was my father, he would have told me.
How do you know he did not lie to you?
Speak. Philip would never lie. He told me that I was found in the woods.
In the woods? Is this true, Philip? Or are you lying?
On va dire la vérité.
Well, you told
On va le dire.
the story so many times.
My brother found him.
Your brother? Had he not been working for Earl Robert of Gloucester? You have not seen him in a long time now, have you? Let us ask your brother if your stories are true.
Faire venir? Ah oui, carrément.
Francis, what happened to you?
This is not your fault. He does this to hurt you.
My God.
Francis of Gwynedd. He was arrested more than 15 years ago. He was arrested for conspiring against his own master, Earl Robert.
Remove the prisoner.
Philip told me himself, and I told Earl Robert. For God and the Church cannot take sides in these conflicts. Only one brother has been tried so far, but both of them conspired against Earl Robert.
Okay.
And his ally, Earl Bartholomew, your father, Lady Aliena. Philip took in all those refugees years ago because he was to blame for their fate. As he was for yours when you lost your father and your earldom. That, Lady Aliena, is the man you are trying to protect. Well,
Pardonnez.
I know that he is a troubled man. We've all had to make hard decisions. Decisions that seemed right at the time. When indeed, they were terrible mistakes. I am thankful that I was forgiven when I made a mistake. Now I forgive him. Let us now return to the problem at hand. There is a man who witnessed how Jonathan was found in the forest. A man who can shed light on who Jonathan's father really is.
And who is that?
My husband.
Step forward. What is your name?
He is the master builder of Kingsbridge.
Dire le vrai nom.
Have you lost your courage?
No, I have not. You know well why it would be hard for me to face you. They call me Jack, after my father. My name is Jack Jackson.
Yes, we have met before.
How old were you when you allegedly saw Jonathan as a child in the woods?
12. But I know what I saw. Philip told the truth.
You were a child. And what were you doing there, in the woods?
I was living in the forest with my mother.
They were outlaws.
Prior Remigius is the most trustworthy witness we've seen today, and his statement was quite damning to Philip. The distant memories of an outlawed child cannot convince me otherwise.
He fathered a child!
Heretic!
Let
No!
him go!
He would never do that!
And yet, Lady Aliena is right. We do not know enough to judge him as harshly as you proposed, Bishop Waleran.
You are right, Bishop Henry. As I said, it is not up to us to judge this man. Philip of Gwynedd has admitted part of his guilt, but how guilty is he? We ask God for his judgment. As Bishop of Kingsbridge and Shiring, I demand an ordeal by fire.
This is madness!
Philip of Gwynedd will be tried and judged at the stake.
What?
If he is innocent, God will save him from the flames.
Leur connerie là.
If he is not, then he will burn as the heretic and sinner God has declared him to be.
Ils sont comme des bites, mais bon.
Waleran, by God! Not this time.
It's her.
I saw the child and Francis. I was there. Philip is not the child's father. He is a fool, but he is a good man.
Then, who is the father?
Tom Builder.
They are all in this together. This woman is a witch and an outlaw, living in sin with a thief. He was hanged in Shiring 30 years ago.
He was not a thief. He was a good man. You've murdered him, Waleran, by God.
What is this nonsense?
He was a thief. He stole a golden chalice and melted it down and sold it.
On l'a retrouvé le truc.
Chalice. The chalice of the Eucharist. He stole it from the Cathedral of Kingsbridge.
Sacrilege.
Yes, Friar James of Kingsbridge caught him red-handed.
On va montrer le truc.
Is that the chalice? You said it was melted down and so...
BAM!
Fall not for their lies. That could be any chalice. This does not prove a thing.
Where did you find this chalice?
In a secret chamber. We believe Prior James hid it because he felt guilty for falsely accusing Jack's father.
What proof do you have?
He told me. The night the cathedral burned down, I was there, I saw him.
Prior James died weeks before that.
No, he did not.
Bishop Henry, he speaks the truth.
L'autre il se casse, l'air de dire, je sais pas moi.
I will give you until sunset to produce a witness who can prove your accusations against Bishop Waleran. Not just this chalice. If you fail to do this, I will make sure you are tried for defamation. Philip of Gwynedd, you will stay under arrest. The trial recommences at sunset.
Ok. Bon. Il balance des trucs, mais là il en faut plus.
We need a witness.
What are you doing there?
I've seen you draw up plans for a cathedral. Maybe we can do something similar to find our witness. Let's see. Your father.
He looks just like you.
My grandmother said he did.
And Bishop Waleran. What are the connections? Maybe, by exploring them, we can find a witness.
good idea.
Jack's father. If he was still with us, he could be our witness.
Faux.
Maybe he still can.
Bishop Waleran is at the center of all this.
Mother says Waleran was behind my father's death.
And she said he wasn't alone. There were 3 men responsible for your father's death. Bishop Waleran, Percy Hamley, back then he was the Sheriff of Shiring, and Prior James of Kingsbridge.
If they were all there, then they were all witnesses.
And only Waleran's still alive.
C'est quoi?
Hardly a coincidence. Why would these 3 men work together to falsely accuse your father?
He was on the White Ship. No one survived that night. No one lived to tell the story.
Yes. He was the sole survivor.
And then they killed him. But why?
My father wanted to go to England. He was the only one who made it when the White Ship sank.
And what about the ship? Now, what about Prior James? William Hamley's father?
Hardly a coincidence that the king's heirs all died on that ship. Maybe my father knew what happened. James was the prior of Kingsbridge.
That's where they say your father stole the chalice, melted it and sold it.
But we know that's not true.
As we found it, Philip recognized the chalice.
But Bishop Henry wants a witness. The chalice isn't enough.
But it's an important lead for us.
I wonder if my father ever learned why he was killed.
Percy Hamley was the Sheriff of Shiring. Well, he could have ordered your father to be hanged.
But he was arrested and held in Kingsbridge first. Prior James claimed that my father had committed theft.
Percy Hamley was poisoned.
One less witness that knew about Waleran.
And Waleran probably wanted William to become Earl. He was easier to control than his father.
What about Regan Hamley? She survived.
She was taken to her townhouse in Winchester. And in her condition, she might not be able to help at all.
How are Prior James and Percy Hamley connected?
Not at all, I would guess.
Except through Bishop Waleran.
Yes. He needed James to arrest my father and Percy Hamley to hang him.
Now both of them are dead. That can't be a coincidence.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a avec le calice?
James claimed that your father had stolen the chalice and sold it. But instead, James himself hid it in Kingsbridge, in the crypt.
We found his scourge in a bed down there.
That secret chamber is important.
I think we're getting closer.
Why was the chalice hidden? And by whom?
You said Prior James was full of regret. He probably couldn't just destroy the chalice. Not even after he used it to frame your father. It was the chalice of the Eucharist, after all. And a token for what he did.
Everyone thought Prior James was dead. That he broke into the ice.
C'est bien ce que je disais au début.
Why did his monks believe he was dead?
Sub-Prior Remigius told everyone he had found James' rosary by the river.
Oh, il aurait pu
So
le laisser.
everyone thought the body had been washed away. They buried an empty casket.
But how is Remigius involved?
Philip told me that Remigius was there when Waleran made Philip prior. Waleran and Remigius knew each other.
That explains why Waleran later made Remigius prior of Shiring.
And Remigius recognized my mother when we arrived in Kingsbridge. He must have been there at the time my father was arrested.
C'est barré.
Remigius knows all about
Voilà.
this.
Is it possible that Waleran told Remigius to make Prior James disappear when James began to talk about what they'd done?
Remigius, le connard.
But for some reason, Remigius hid him away. But Waleran never knew. Yes, that explains why he really didn't believe you. When you said you had seen James in the fire.
Where James died after all. And Remigius thought no one knew.
We have to find Remigius. He's our witness.
Voilà.
Let's hurry. It's getting dark already. The trial will continue soon.
People know you two. You shouldn't walk around Shiring like that.
He's right.
I'll go look for him.
All right. Take care of yourself. And Jonathan.
Yes?
We will talk later about what was said today. About Tom.
All right.
Ça a pas l'air de trop te choquer, quoi.
Now where are you?
Ah, bah oui, c'est vrai qu'ils sépareraient encore à la fin en disant bûcher. Dans de Shiring. Dans toutes les baraques.
Everyone left for the trial, it seems.
Je vais voir bûcher.
Brothers?
What is it?
Have you seen the Prior of Shiring, Remigius?
We have not. And now step back, brother. We must be done by nightfall.
Quartier des tavernes. Je l'aurais eu.
I don't see anyone here.
Aller voir la cathédrale. Ils ont peut-être vu sortir. Qui s'est barré, donc on l'a vu se barrer, genre putain, je sais pas moi.
Have you seen Father Remigius, the Prior of Shiring?
He was here a moment ago.
Where's he now?
What do you want with him? Yeah, what do you want with him?
Oh, forget it. He was here.
Do you want to go in, Father?
No, not yet. Thank you.
Are you not with Prior Philip?
Yes, I am.
I pray they'll set him free.
He's a good man.
He is a heretic!
La gueule!
Fools! Look at yourselves! Who are you to judge a man who has never hurt anyone?
Forgive them, Father.
We don't judge him, but God will!
Ah, on l'a vu passer. Et il est en train de se barrer l'autre. Grande maison. Ah, il est par là.
I don't think he's here.
Ah.
Wait. Was that him?
Oui, c'était lui. Il est en train de se barrer parce qu'il est dans la merde.
I think I saw him.
On va te choper là. Petit connard.
Hello? The door's open. Is anyone there?
You had one task.
My God! No!
Oula.
Our bishop is very...
En train de le buter. Oula. Ah non.
What are you doing? I'm doing what is asked of me.
Il est devenu fou lui.
Stop it! No! Stay away!
En train de buter les machins.
No!
do this.
No one.
Ah. Il s'est pété la gueule. Ça a lâché d'un coup. Ah, pétage de gueule. Ah. Enfin une chute.
Why did he do this to you?
I will tell you. I will tell everyone.
Do you have a witness?
Father Remigius, Prior of Shiring.
Where is Timothy? What they told you is true. Bishop Waleran wanted the jongleur Jacques Cherbourg dead. He ordered our Prior James to frame him. And so he did.
This is a lie!
Is it?
James lost his mind because of what he did for you. He was about to tell everyone the truth. And then you ordered me to kill him.
Nonsense!
Let him speak.
I couldn't do it. I hit him, but he died in the fire. Jack saw him. It was him. I found the bones after the fire, and I buried them.
You should put an end to this, Henry. You really should.
Why would I?
You should stop this, for your own sake. You knew about all this.
Why would I care if that jongleur lived or died?
Your brother cared. The jongleur survived the sinking of the White Ship. He saw how your brother's men killed the king's family so that he could take the throne.
This is preposterous.
Bishop Henry and King Stephen ordered us to kill the man. You want the truth? That's the truth. Right there.
It is not.
Ah.
Waleran is a liar.
Regan Hamley.
Who is she? I have waited long enough for this day. It is time I raise my voice. The woman, Ellen, she spoke the truth. 3 men were responsible for the death of the jongleur. James, the Prior of Kingsbridge. The Sheriff, my husband, Percy Hamley. But it was Waleran who was behind it. And only Waleran.
No!
He had heard rumors about the White Ship, about our king. He had hoped to win the king's favor by hanging an innocent man.
But it was not just me. They all knew.
Take him away.
Au revoir Valéron. Tu vas être c'est celui qui va être cramé à la place.
This is for taking my husband's life.
It was Waleran.
Oh, we did it. It's over.
Yes, it's over.
Thank you, Lady Hamley.
This monk must learn his lesson.
Ouais, qu'on l'a aidé en plus.
The Pope would agree. This trial is not over. Philip has admitted to heresy. He challenged the teachings and the authority of the Church. The ordeal of fire will take place.
What?
To show that the Church is not above God. To show that my brother, the King of the English, is not above God. Not we, But God shall judge this man.
This is madness!
No! He can't do this!
Philip! No! You cannot do this!
This is now a matter of the church, Lady Aliena. My brother, the king, and I accepted the traitor Waleran into our midst. We were fools and sinners, even if we did not know. I pray that our Lord will save Philip from these flames.
Et là il va pleuvoir, putain, l'autre l'avait dit qu'il y allait avoir la pluie. Je pense qu'il va y avoir la pluie, vu les nuages. Ah non, il a pris feu quand même. Sagilé a reconnu son récit, Francis à cause de Philippe et arrêté par Valérand en 36. Ici a levé le nom du père de Luchac, Alena a su pardonner un. Jonah a enfin appris qui étaient ses parents, puis ok, il y est plus. Et il y a le dernier chapitre à faire, on va aller le faire. Putain. Ça doit être, voilà, c'est l'épilogue, c'est le point. Retourner à Kingsbridge. Ou alors il est pas mort. Tout le long on a eu des retournements de situation. Ou alors c'est un nouveau prêtre. Un nouveau prieur, pardon. Un nouveau moine. Ils ont mis une nouvelle maison. Donc oui, c'est bien ce que je disais, il est pas mort. Ah, ils ont mis quelqu'un d'autre. C'est là qu'ils ont mis quelqu'un d'autre à brûler. Alors ou alors c'est bien ce que j'ai dit, on voit pas il s'est un peu brûlé, mais il y a eu la pluie ensuite. Oui, des nuages menaçants.
Ah, Philip.
It is so good to see you, Jonathan.
Tell me, how are things at St. John in the Forest?
Francis is well.
That is wonderful.
Yes, he enjoys the life there. You look worried, Jonathan.
Well, you have a visitor. He just arrived.
Is that not a good thing, Jonathan? Who is it?
That is just it. I wasn't sure if you wanted to see him.
Qui ça?
It has been a long time.
Oh, c'est Valère. Quoi?
It has. I had to know.
Know what?
The truth is, I never saw God. Or the devil. Have you?
Oh Lord, deliver us from evil. Our Father, who art in heaven.
Allez, on voit.
Stop this madness! Are you blind? Do you not know that a fire will burn any man, no matter who he is?
Why are you doing this?
After Waleran's words, there is doubt in their hearts about my motives, about my brothers. No words can erase that doubt, but God can. Our Lord is a cleansing fire.
La pluie, on voit les nuages qui arrivent.
He's still alive. It's a miracle. He is among us. God is here.
Ou alors c'est la brume qui a le feu.
How is this possible?
It's all a matter of perspective.
We have to stop this!
No, Jack. Come.
My God.
No, but that's what they see. That's what they believe.
The water. It's dousing the flames. It's a trick.
To them, it's a miracle.
The justice of our church. I believe Philip understands that now. His book will be destroyed. If you or your friends ever mention the White Ship again, I promise you will take Prior Philip's place. And God will not be as forgiving.
Their faith in you and your church is restored. I say it was worth sparing that monk's life. Promise me that Waileran will suffer.
Ok. Bon, ça c'est quelques années plus tard. Oh putain, 20 ans carrément.
Philip? Yes?
Did you see God? Did he save you that night?
Ah et ben on va lui répondre. Même si c'est lui qui nous a condamnés.
I told him. He only smiled at me. I never saw him again, as long as I lived.
Venu. C'est quoi tes traductions des fois, vu de ma vie?
Philip is back.
Philip! Did you walk all the way again?
Just part of it.
Old fool.
Ellen stayed in Kingsbridge. I thought I had lost God, that he did not watch over us. But now I see him every day. He is in the good we do, in how we show our love. Jack's hands had become rough, his hair grey, but his eyes still burned bright like hot coals.
It's good to see you.
Aliena's gaze could be as stern as her father's had been, but her heart and wit made her a leader people did not follow out of fear, but out of respect and loyalty.
Jonathan told us you had a visitor.
Just an old friend.
What do you think of this window?
Jonathan came to look more and more like his father, Tom. As Prior of Kingsbridge, he is also a builder of sorts.
I use mostly warm colours. What good are the large windows if it feels cold?
Sally is as stubborn and as gifted as her parents. It is her stained glass windows the light is falling through. She has children of her own now.
And I'd like to show you the plans for the new cloister.
Tommy will be the next master builder, and is as silent as his grandfather was. Once I heard him admonish his father to be more serious at work. Jack only smiled. He knew Tommy was right. Martha stayed in Kingsbridge as well. She was always there for every one of us.
Is the judge done now?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him yourself?
Is the church done now?
It will never be done. Not in my lifetime. Not in yours.
C'est vrai que ça dure super longtemps.
Remember us for what we did, for who we were, and maybe for what we tried to be. And when you turn your eyes to our cathedral, maybe you will see yourself.
Et donc, on a répondu à Valéran, on va terminer les piliers de la Terre. Voilà, on a terminé donc. Quelques minutes avant la fin. Pas de générique. Tiens, générique. Donc, les commandeurs... L'intrigue du truc est excellent, je trouve. Là, je vais laisser les génériques, parce que les 2 précédents livres, on l'avait pas laissé, parce que bah, on passait au suivant. Mais donc, ouais, non, l'intrigue de ce point and click était super, je trouve. Au niveau, voilà, il y avait plusieurs trucs, avec l'histoire avec avec Jack, l'histoire avec Philippe, des trucs comme ça. Et c'est un peu des trucs qui font réfléchir et qui font comprendre comment peut-être l'anglicanisme est justement arrivé. Parce que là, en fait, on est encore une Angleterre où ils sont encore catholiques. Parce qu'ils ont été catholiques, mais l'anglicanisme est arrivé beaucoup plus tard. La période indiquée, mais voilà. L'anglicanisme, c'est parce qu'il y a eu des distensions entre le catholicisme et une forme de pré-protestantisme, sachant que le protestantisme est arrivé bien plus tard. Même bien avant, on va dire vers la fin du Moyen-Âge, début Renaissance, quoi. Alors que là, on est carrément en plein Moyen-Âge, quoi. Donc ouais, c'est intéressant, voilà, de voir toutes ces intrigues qui se mêlent entre elles et qui ramenent à des choses et des trucs. Et ce qui est drôle, c'est que là, en plus, on peut faire des choix qui peuvent... Je ne sais pas si ça peut influer sur la suite, ou est-ce que ça va changer des fins, ou est-ce qu'il y a plusieurs fins. C'est ça qui est drôle, c'est est-ce qu'il y a plusieurs fins, quoi. Ou est-ce que ça mène tout à la même fin, mais chaque fin sera différente selon le choix fait pendant les trucs. On peut voir. Par exemple, Alena qui peut refuser de pas rétablir la suite de son frère, quoi, pour son frère. Ou les autres choix avec de plutôt aider Valéran que d'aider on a aidé les Hamley au lieu d'aider Valéran. Donc c'est voilà, est-ce que ça aurait été de pas trahir Valéran et donc le suivre, sachant que là à la fin on voit que en fait il fait un vieux et lui il a pas été condamné par contre. Il a juste... Non, je pense qu'il a dû juste être mis en prison, en fait, je pense. Il a dû juste être mis en prison pendant un moment, et là, en fait, quand on le voit, bah, il est plus en prison, quoi. Il a fini son truc, quoi. Ou il a juste été révoqué et mis de côté, quoi. Ou, comment dire... À une époque, ça se faisait plus, à une époque... Enfin, avant, on les dégradait, il était plus évêque, il repassait ou moine ou un autre statut, mais il restait toujours dans le machin. Pour certains, il était mal vu, pour d'autres, était... Mais bon, on sait tous que c'est des jeux de pouvoir et des trucs comme ça. Et ils utilisaient justement le fait de... on se lave les mains, quoi. Ils font un peu comme... ils faisaient, là, à la fin, ils ont fait un peu comme Ponce Pilate, où on se lave les mains, on dit ouais, c'est Dieu qui va le brûler, quoi. Alors que en fait, bah, on sait tous que le feu brûle n'importe qui, quoi. Même si le mec il a fait des choses bien ou pas bien, quoi. Comme ils disent à la fin, donc c'est un peu... Donc c'est un peu con, quoi. Donc voilà, ça fait réfléchir sur certains trucs. Et donc c'est repris donc Ken Follett, Les Piliers de la Terre de Ken Follett, et je crois que ça avait été fait, il y avait une petite série qui avait été faite il y a plusieurs années, je crois que sur les Piliers de la Terre, et là ils ont voulu en faire un jeu vidéo qui est très bien animé, je trouve, très sympathique, très beau visuellement, et qui me fait il y a des phases, bon là les traits sont moins humoristiques que d'Eponia, mais vu que c'est fait par mince, comment il s'appelle, Daedalic, donc ceux qu'on fait les Déponia, la quadrilogie Déponia, parce qu'il y a eu 3 jeux plus un 4ème avec Doomsday. Il y avait des dessins, je sais pas s'ils ont utilisé le même artiste, mais ou les mêmes artistes, il y avait des petits côtés Daedalic. Sachant qu'on avait fait, c'était quoi le jeu? C'était Whisperer World. Faudrait qu'on fasse le suivant là, c'est Silence je crois, un jour. C'est vrai que j'ai oublié de... faudrait que je le fasse à un moment. Je sais pas, quand est-ce qu'on l'avait fait quand, Whisperer World en 2021? On pourrait peut-être le faire avant la fin de l'année. L'autre jeu, le deuxième. J'aime bien faire les suites année par année. Ça peut être sympathique. Donc c'est pas une suite, mais c'est un jeu qui se base sur le même, comment dire, dans le même univers, quoi. Donc c'est pas vraiment une suite. Ils avaient appelé ça Whisperer World à l'époque, mais c'est pas du tout ça. Donc voilà. Et le jeu est vraiment sympathique au niveau... Bon, là c'est pas vraiment un point and click où vous devez allier des objets, tout ça. Il y a très peu de trucs comme ça avec le fait de sélectionner un objet, le mettre ensemble, il y a moins, là c'est plus choix des textes, en fait, choix de ce qu'on va dire, de ce qui va être fait. C'est plus comme les jeux, comment dire, les films interactifs de maintenant, quoi. Donc c'est plus un jeu tourné sur les jeux, on va dire plus il y a moins de point and click à l'ancienne, quoi, des années 90. Sachant qu'il y avait 2 styles, il y avait les styles comme on avait fait avec des Tentacles, et après les plus récents, après il y a des Tentacles ou les peut-être un jour qu'on les fasse, les Monkey Island. Jamais fait, j'ai toujours entendu du bien mais jamais fait. Il y avait ça. Et il y en avait un que je voulais vous faire aussi, c'était Twindleweed Park, je crois que c'est plus le nom du jeu, hein, qui était un jeu récent fait, mais qui prend la part des... prend même gameplay que les jeux dans les années 90. Et après vous avez les point and click où juste vous êtes dans un lieu et puis vous devez juste trouver les bons objets, les allier ensemble, aller dans un autre lieu et voir si on peut pas faire des choses. Et donc juste avancer avec ça pour avancer sur l'intrigue du jeu. C'est tout. Mais là c'était plus du point and click, très peu de point and click de base, on va dire. Et plus du texte, du choix de texte, quoi. Ce qui le rend pas nul, parce que aussi il y a des petites phases de genre de QTE qui n'en est pas, mais bon, c'est pas mal, quoi. Ce qu'on appelle QTE, c'est quand je devais cliquer au bon moment sur les trucs. C'est pas mal, quoi. Qui était aussi simple, surtout qu'il y a le temps, quoi. Le genre de jeu est toujours assez simple parce que il n'y a pas de mode de difficulté, c'est une histoire qu'on suit. Faut juste vraiment être si on est nul au moment des clics ou des autres trucs, ça voudrait dire qu'ils auraient fait exprès pour qu'on ait vraiment de gros choix à faire. Je pense que là, si on les rate, je pense que ça, je sais pas, mais ça ne doit pas embêter pour la suite, quoi, la suite du jeu. Donc c'est pas mal. Donc on l'a fini, les Piliers de la Terre. Je pensais pas qu'on finirait ce soir, mais là je voyais que les derniers chapitres ils étaient un peu plus rapides. Il y en a eu quelques-uns qui étaient courts, mais sympathiques. Il y en a qui étaient sur la longueur, mais c'était pour bien, je pense, placer certaines intrigues un peu plus longues. Et les autres, bah, ça passait vite, quoi. Et bon, ce qu'il faudrait voir, c'est... Est-ce que si on prend on fait d'autres choix et qu'on décide d'aider lui et pas lui, et de passer à l'autre côté, bah, est-ce que ça change des trucs, quoi, pour la fin ou pour le début? Je ne sais pas. Mais donc, voilà donc pour les piliers de la Terre. On va donc quitter. C'est fini. Je vais voir si tous les trucs qui nous sont qu'on n'a pas fait. Il y a les petits succès. Hop, je vais vous les mettre. De toute façon, on va aller noter le jeu. Hop. Donc, aider Agnès du mieux possible pendant l'accouchement. Ah, c'est vrai qu'on l'a pas trop aidé. Éteindre les sièges de la cathédrale. J'avais commencé à le faire, mais on l'avait mis à constituer son jardin. Ok, je savais même pas qu'on pouvait le faire. Laisser les autres parler. S'occuper de votre poney. Bon, là, on s'en était occupé, mais je crois qu'il fallait peut-être faire un autre. Avoir des problèmes avec le comte de Shiring. Ça, ouais, on l'avait pas fait. Soutenir le regard. Devenir ennemi avec Alfred. Ah, on avait dû. Je pense qu'il fallait choisir ou de l'aider ou pas l'aider. Montrer à chaque fois que possible à Martha comment utiliser le lance-pierre. Se raviser avant de causer une grande catastrophe. Réparer le chaos créé par William. Négocier le meilleur accord pour créer une bridge. Rester discret sur votre passé. Faire un bénéfice. Se venger. Un problème d'insectes de Bridge. Attraper le suspect. Préparer Elisabeth au pire. Lever une armée. Devenir comtesse. Ah, vous pouvez choisir si on préférait devenir comtesse ou ne pas suivre le serment, tenir vos promesses. C'est peut-être ça en fait. C'est peut-être parce que j'ai choisi. J'ai peut-être décidé de tenir la promesse, quoi. Et donc de ne pas devenir comtesse. Donc voilà, il y a plusieurs choix, plusieurs trucs. Donc allez, on va aller évaluer le jeu. Merde, tac tac tac, il est où? Paf, allez l'évaluer. Oui. Très excellent. Point. Non. N'est pas total. Et plus un jeu avec choix de texte comme les jeux interactifs actuels. Ensuite, mais renferme quelques petits thèmes de jeu qui le rendent quelques. Pourquoi j'ai oublié un U à quelques? Jeu qui le rendent moins monotone avec des je sais pas comment on dit, comment on peut traduire QTE et des phases de utilisation d'objets, point intrigue du jeu et on va dire excellente, hein. J'aime bien. Tirer comme dit dans le jeu et indiqué par le titre des nouvelles écrit par Ken Follett qui s'est exprimé aussi sur comment dire, Notre-Dame de Paris a brûlé parce qu'en fait il est un peu, comment dire, les patrimoines européens, il est pour les patrimoines on va dire les patrimoines ecclésiastiques donc du catholicisme de différents pays d'Europe, donc pas qu'il les défend, mais on n'est pas, voilà, pour lui c'est du patrimoine, donc il faut en parler. Donc même si on parle, même si là il remet en question aussi on peut, dans le jeu certains trucs, il a été beaucoup remis en question par avant et par après. Il y a eu pas mal de choix. On sait tous que c'est des trucs politiques, mais il y a aussi quand même des choses qui ont été bien faites aussi. Faut pas voir tout blanc, tout noir, il y a un peu les deux, quoi. Donc voilà, c'est un peu ça qui est problématique, c'est quand il y a un peu des deux, on sait pas trop vers quel pencher. Il y a des fous qui aiment bien se pencher plutôt d'un autre côté que de l'autre. La preuve dans le jeu. Tiré comme dit dans le jeu et indiqué par la télé, des nouvelles écrites par Ken Follett. Direction artistique. Je vais marquer, j'ai vu des, comment dire, des choses, pas des choses, oui, des choses graphiques qui m'ont appelé les Déponia, mais avec un côté plus dramatique. Rendons appeler, il y a deux P et un L, je crois. Pour appeler, c'est un peu chiant à écrire. Et avec un côté plus dramatique, rendant le jeu pas sympathique, le jeu intriguant, merde, je cherche un mot, intéressant, on va remettre, non, j'ai pas de mot. Les géographies, ils m'ont fait rappeler les Ponia, c'est tout. Pas dire d'autre chose. Ouais, je dis, et donne donc accès à plusieurs embranchements dans l'intrigue. Pourcent peut être différente. Enfin, je sais pas trop, mais voilà. Embranchement dans l'intrigue, voilà. Hop, on va publier ça et c'est bon. Ouais, faut cliquer 2 fois chez moi. Ça le fait la première fois, on en a vu. Donc voilà. Donc voilà les piliers de la Terre. On a 21 sur 41, il me reste une vingtaine de succès, mais il faut que je refasse. Là, il faut refaire carrément le jeu. Parce que voilà. Donc, et bien voilà pour ce jeu.